You know what? I can be totally wrong, and I don't mind being 100% wrong. I don't mind being 100% wrong. If it turns out to be that I'm wrong for what I'm saying and how I know it ain't about how you feel, but I'm just gonna use it to make the context in this blog, man. Uh, I feel like a lot of people image me of taking care of my mother, helping my mother. I feel like it is. Even I don't care if it's the system. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some good people, a few, a few good people in the system. I don't want nobody coming up going off on me. I'm just, I am chopping it down the line. Now I can be 100% wrong. I don't mind being wrong. That's just because you you got to be incorrect. Sometimes you can't be always be right because that's how you're gonna grow. How you gonna grow if you don't never admit that you got some shit in your hand you need to open up and let out? Can't nobody let nothing in that moment. You see what I'm saying? Can't nobody let nothing in it. You got to be willing to open it up and let it in there, right? You can't just expect, right? So that's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. And it's like you can feel the tension when you're doing right. When you're doing right, the enemy gonna try to say, you know, the devil don't like the truth. The enemy do not like the truth. When you speak truth, you're gonna get challenged all kind of ways. You see what I'm saying? And I was talking to somebody today, and we were just having no, yeah. I said people make time for what they want to make time for. You know what I'm saying? And I love the example that I use. I love the example that I use. We was just talking, we just had a conversation because the brother was trying to get an understanding from me. You know what I'm saying? And I in essence was explaining myself as he was talking about his situation. He's going through the same thing. Um, I said I would rather be crazy, crazy as hell than to if and I'll take that. And I'll take that. I don't mind. But you know what I'm not too crazy for? I may be fucked up and crazy some kind of damn way. But I ain't too fucked up and crazy is to make sure my mother's good. Or whatever you want to put, whatever flavor, negative flavor you want to put on it. At the end of the day, I'm gonna make sure this is good. Now, I understand that I am uneducated in a lot of things. I get that. But that doesn't mean I got to run from the challenge because really it's more about it ain't really so much just all about being I'm I'm not running. Hold on. Yeah. It's not all about whether you educate. I'm not trying to run from being educated, but if you look at the Moses, you look at especially Moses, Jeremiah, all of those, you know what I mean? They wasn't educated physically in the schools of the of man's knowledge. They wasn't. They wasn't in the schools of those people. The only education, the only uh, knowledge they had was what they was born with. You see what I'm saying? So I would, in essence, tell people this: I ain't never had a car in my life. It ain't got nothing to do with that's your choice. No, it's not about the choice. The point is, if I can do something and don't have no transportation, and my spirit is still in the right place, it ain't about whether you got transportation or not. I was just using the transportation since it was brought up in the conversation that if I'm willing to do what I'm doing from nothing, any damn body can do it. I'll see y'all later.